Hello and welcome, Angelinos. We thank you for tuning in to yet another brilliant episode of the Galaxy Guy podcast, hosted by Chris Maldonado, a show made by loyal Galaxy fans for loyal Galaxy fans who bleed blue, white and gold. So join us as we talk about the ins and outs, as well as the ups and downs of your favorite team, the one and only, the Los Angeles Galaxy.
Bienvenidos, Angelinos. Welcome, fans of the Galaxy, to the Galaxy Guy podcast. As always, como siempre, I'm your host, Chris Maldonado, and today I bring all of you another special player interview. I have the pleasure of having with me the winner of the 2017 NCAA Western Athletic Conference Freshman Player of the Year, former star forward for the Denver Pioneers, and most recently, the LA Galaxy's latest pick in the first round of the MLS Superdraft. Of course, I'm speaking about Josh Drack. Hey, Josh, how are you doing today, brother? Are you tired?
No, feeling good. Yeah, excited to be here, and appreciate you having me on.
Right on, man. So, first of all, Josh, big congratulations are in order on your selection in the Superdraft. Most of us will never get to experience what that must feel like. Could you please describe what you felt when the LA Galaxy selected you in the first round? How was that for you?
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously super exciting, super happy. I had my dad and my brother fly out to Denver to experience it with me. And, as every pick went on, it was kind of a feeling of anxiousness. We had ideas of which teams were interested in me. And we knew that I was going to go in the first round. So as each pick went on, it was kind of a guessing game of which team was going to pick me. And then we knew if I was left at 16, Galaxy were going to pick me. And when my name was called, it was obviously just an unreal feeling. Growing up, I would like to watch the Galaxy when Beckham was playing. I had a Beckham jersey when I was little.
I did notice that, Josh. Now, I'll tell you, I managed to dig up some pictures of you online where you're playing soccer as a kid and you're wearing an LA Galaxy kit. Now, I know you're a native of Arizona, which of course has no professional first division soccer team. So is it safe to assume that you've always been a Galaxy fan?
Yeah, I mean, I would say back then I was more of a Beckham fan. My mom's Japanese, and everyone in Japan they love David Beckham. So my mom obviously loves David Beckham, and when I was little, I got a Beckham jersey, and that's how I followed the Galaxy. And I guess back then there was no other team that I really paid attention to in MLS other than the Galaxy. So I would say, growing up, Galaxy was my MLS team.
So would you say that this is a bit of a dream come true so far?
Oh, definitely. It's been unreal, since the day I got drafted to now being almost halfway through preseason. It's crazy, I'm just really grateful for the opportunity and just excited for what's to come.
Something interesting, Josh, that I found out about your collegiate career. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I know that you scored your first goal as a Pioneer 26 seconds into their first game of the season, and that currently still holds the record for fastest goal to start a match in Denver's Division First history. Is that right?
Yeah. It was our first game, 2019, against University of Washington, and the game had just started, kicked off. We had played a long ball into their side of the field, and then the ball kind of bounced over to me on the left side, and I took a touch. It's 30, 35 yards out. Just, I don't know, something came over me. Just felt like I needed to shoot that. Shot it, went in. And unfortunately, we didn't come out with the result. But, yeah, it was definitely a crazy moment for me to kind of break myself through as a Denver Pioneer.
Hey, that's quite an introduction, man. 26 seconds to your first game. Not a lot of people can say that. But, Josh, for the fans out there who might not entirely be familiar with you yet, let's tell them a few things about you. First of all, what's your primary position on the field, and what are your greatest strengths on the pitch?
Yeah, I mean, growing up, I've always been like an attacking player, so winger, attacking midfield, kind of anywhere in the attack. And then last October at the combine that Sporting KC hosted, I was kind of just thrown into left back. I had a feeling that if I had the opportunity to play at the next level, that left back would be a good spot for me. And when I found that out before the first game, I wasn't really overwhelmed with it. I watch a lot of soccer, so I know what the roles and responsibilities for a lot of positions have to be. And
Right.
I did well enough at the combine that the Galaxy took me in the first round. So right now, yeah, I mean, I'm transitioning into left back position.
Is that right? Okay, because you're listed as a forward, and you played the majority of your collegiate career as a forward.
Yeah.
So now you're being transitioned into a left back, you said.
Yeah, so I'm transitioning to a left back. I never played a college game at left back. The combine was pretty much the first time in college that I played a left back. And so it's been a transition. It's more of a defensive responsibility. But, when we have the ball, I have freedom to go ahead and combine in the attacking half and show my qualities, which I would say are like my one-on-one, combining with my teammates. And then I would say my best aspect is like my final ball, like cross or through ball in behind the defense. I would say that those are my best qualities.
Best qualities. That's very interesting. I wasn't aware of that. But since we're talking preseason, right? As we know, you guys are currently in full-blown preseason mode.
Yeah.
You guys have already played some preseason games. How has that been going for you, man? What's it like to be playing alongside some of these older guys with, mountains of experience? What's preseason been like for you?
It's just been, first of all, it's been really fun. The vibes are good. Energy is great. The staff has made it really good for us to learn what they want from us, but also to enjoy what we're doing. But I would say the whole thing has been like such a learning experience for me, and it's only been a few weeks. From the first day to now, I think I've grown a lot as a player. The first days I had to kind of get used to the speed of play. The ball moves a lot faster than in college. But I mean, it took me a few days, and now I feel really comfortable with the speed of play. But yeah, I mean, the whole experience right now is it's been a huge learning opportunity to see how Sebastian Lletget trains, how Jonathan Dos Santos trains. It's crazy. These guys are big time players, and but on top of that, they've been great human beings to me. They've brought me in, welcomed me, in the morning, say good morning to me. Like they've been great people to me, and I don't think I could be in a better position than I am right now.
So that's part of what you said right now. I honestly truly believe it. Those guys seem great, even to just the fans, right? They're very charismatic guys. They get along with everyone. But who would you say in that LA Galaxy locker room, who would you say is the guy that just kind of, everyone seems to gravitate around? I guess a leader of sorts, if you could say it that way. Who would that be?
It's hard. There's a lot of good leaders. Daniel Steres, he's a good leader. Obviously Sebas, Jonathan, Chicharito. I mean, honestly, everyone. But honestly, since the first day, I really started to pay attention to Sebastian. I see I've seen like videos of how he grew up, and it's pretty similar to mine, where like his family's from South America. My dad's from Chile. He grew up playing here. So it's from like humble beginnings, and the way he takes care of his body, how he eats, how he trains, I really look up to everything he does. So I mean, I think someone that I've been looking up to is him, because I mean his career's been great, and he's been playing at the Galaxy for a while, national team player.
Yeah,
So
he's currently the longest serving Galaxy player. Been around since 2015. Definitely a veteran presence. That's not a bad guy to be learning from. Just make sure that in the future, man, you stay away from the shirtless pictures. Just messing with you, man. But that's good. So overall, you'd say there's plenty of leadership in this team, and there's mentorship, you'd say, for the younger guys. Sounds like you felt that way. Some of the older guys kind of taking you under their wing and making you feel like you're part of the team.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I haven't felt like an outsider since I've been here. I can imagine, like, we're all on this like same team right now, but it's also like when a new guy comes, like he has to prove himself to you, and like sometimes there's been environments where I've been in where there's been guys that have been on the team for a while, and they're kind of just like, this guy's new, I'm not going to talk to him.
Yeah.
But I haven't really felt that here. Everyone's been really nice to me, and made me feel comfortable. So obviously that helps me on the field, because, if I'm thinking about like I'm anxious of being around them, then like there's no way I could play with them. So
it's the weather, man. It's the weather. It's hard to stay super mad or be a jerk in Southern California weather.
Yeah, that's true.
And I hope you're gonna enjoy it, man. Summers are great here.
Yeah.
Coming from Arizona, I'm sure you're gonna really appreciate the Southern California summers.
The sun's always out, but it's not gonna be as hot. So yeah, it's good.
Now, speaking of teams, right? Obviously, there's first team and there's a second team in training, I imagine. Then there's a mix. You guys played a preseason game this past weekend against the San Diego Loyal here in Carson.
Yeah.
Did you play in the first or the second game? Because I know it was split into two games.
Yeah.
And which position did you play?
So I played in the second game, and I played as a left back.
Okay.
Yeah.
There weren't very many pictures of that game, so it's kind of like the fans are in the dark in regards to that game. We just saw a couple of snaps here and there on the San Diego Loyal Twitter page, on their social media. So we weren't sure if you had played or not. But to your recollection, which other players did you play with in that game, in that second game?
In the second game, so Marcus, Jalen, Jonathan Klinsman, and Justin Baumstieg were both in goal. They split the time. Jesus from G2 played. Daniel from G2. Taylor from G2. Carlos Harvey.
And he was number 27, is that correct?
Carlos?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was number 27.
Okay.
And then Preston, who was my teammate in college, who got drafted in the second round.
That's right. How's that been like? You guys had pretty good relationship prior to this?
No, yeah. We're good friends. It's good to have someone to go through this with. Yeah, I mean, it's always good to have someone in the environment. So
that's great.
Yeah.
So you weren't playing forward. Who was playing forward this game? We didn't really get a shot of that either.
So Preston and I forgot his name. His name was it was a player from G2. So because like obviously Seb, Jonathan, and Ephra went off to national team camp. So some of the players from the second team had to bump up to the starting team.
Right.
And then so they brought up players from G2. So I don't really remember their names.
Oh, okay. Absolutely. Yeah. And the first game was obviously a complete different lineup, or was it kind of a mix of guys subbing in or out?
So the first game it was like there wasn't very many subs. So like it was 2 60-minute games. So the first game, it was like one group, and then we did a whole like squad change, and then the second game was the game I played in.
And what was your biggest takeaway from that game, playing against the San Diego Loyal?
I mean, I would say like, I don't know really. Like
I know it's preseason, and
yeah,
it's hard to gauge where the team truly is yet. A lot of players are still just finding their rhythm, getting their legs underneath them, finding that fitness. So it's kind of hard to gauge where the team really is at this point.
yeah.
Would you say, to your personal opinion, that the team performed to the best of their ability?
Yeah, I mean, the best, I would say like you're never really reaching your best, like you should
Right.
be improving every single day. But I think the team performed really well. I think we're taking steps forward for what Greg wants on the defensive side, offensive side. And it was just another stepping stone towards just improving towards preseason to be ready for the season.
Nice. And so far, you did mention Coach Vanni. What are your impressions of the style, the type of play that Greg Vanni is implementing on this LA Galaxy squad? Would you say that it's very offensive, or would you say that it's very defensive? How do you see that shaping up?
I mean, I would say it's both. It's defending so that you're in a good position to attack straight from defending. So it's a very proactive system. So our positioning has to be really like on point, So it's a really like fun system to play in, but you have to use your brain a lot. You have to be thinking really, really fast, knowing where everyone is, so that when you do win the ball, you can boom, make the first pass and exploit the defense, with the numerical advantages, because that's pretty much what the game is, and what he's trying to show us is finding the 3v2s, 2v1s on the field, so that we don't. It's not like it's like a chess game, pretty much.
Right.
We're putting them where we want them, win the ball, and then we know exactly where we need to go after winning the ball, and that's pretty much what he's showing us.
Yeah, I did hear that from Victor Vasquez, who's your teammate. Hasn't arrived in LA yet, but
yeah,
he did mention something along those lines, and it sounds like it's very promising. We haven't had a style of play. Well, the LA Galaxy's kind of missing an identity for the last couple of years now, but it sounds like Greg Vanni really is here to implement a set style of play for the LA Galaxy, and that's going to be the identity, which is just that very offensive style of play that he's very well known for.
Yeah.
So far so good. The impressions preseason with Coach Vanni. As far as players that you've played with so far, Josh, which player has impressed you the most so far in preseason? Someone that's just expectations and above.
I would say Jonathan Dos Santos. I mean, he's like, he never really loses the ball, really clean, and like he can just hit 40-yard pings like nothing. But I mean, like Seba's good, Chicharito's good, Efra, he's really young, but he's really good. I mean, there's a lot of good players on the team, but
yeah,
from the first day, I was like, wow, like Jonathan is so clean. His movements are so crisp, and like, yeah, he's great.
Probably someone to keep an eye on and learn a couple things. Now that you're a defensive player, right?
Yeah.
Jonathan is he's been known to be a monster on the defensive end, man.
Yeah.
That's a guy to keep an eye on. Which of these guys are you the most excited to play with on the senior team? Would you say
probably,
there's Jonathan, Seba, maybe Chicharito?
Yeah, I mean, probably Chicharito. Like, I want to be a guy that can like create chances for him,
Mm-hmm.
Putting crosses for him, give him through balls. But obviously, like the way we're gonna play, we're gonna build from the back to the front. So I mean, it's going to be a whole team effort. So I'm just super excited to play with everyone.
Right on, right on. And how's your family taking all this, man? Are they as crazy about it as you are? I imagine they're happy about it, right?
I mean, probably like more excited than I am, like, because they've been there since the beginning. They've supported me since the beginning, and my dad's from Chile. He played soccer in Chile, and he played professionally over there for a couple of years when he was young, but he had a injury that kind of had to make him stop. So he never really got to fulfill that potential he had. So I mean, seeing his son kind of do that for him, and reach my dreams, reach our dream, it's my whole family's dream. So yeah, everyone's super happy. But yeah, I'm just taking it day by day, trying to get better as a footballer, and learn from everyone, because if I look too far in the future, then I think there's going to be lost opportunities in front of me. And
Right on. And it's all a challenge, right? I imagine ever since you began your soccer career, it's just been a series of challenges. Looking forward in this stage where you're at now with the LA Galaxy 2021 season, looking ahead, what do you believe is the biggest challenge for you going into the 2021 season as an LA Galaxy player?
I mean, obviously just proving myself every day. I have to be consistent. As a young guy, I have to prove that I can play at this level. I can play at this big club, and that I belong here. So I would say, as much of a challenge it is, like, it's a good thing, because it's gonna keep pushing me every day, keep me hungry every single day, to earn a spot and hopefully be able to put the jersey on and take the steps, make my debut, and each thing day by day. But yeah, I would say the biggest challenge would just is to stay consistent and to stay hungry.
Right on. Well, there's one thing about LA Galaxy fans, man, is that we have a thing for our young players. We love to root for the young guys, and we always get excited when a young guy gets a chance to play in the first team and prove themselves. I mean, we've seen that most recently with guys like Julian Araujo, started playing for the senior team in his teens. Efren Alvarez started playing for the senior team in his teens, and as they were kids. So we definitely like to root for players like that, man. And we really hope nothing but the best for you guys, Do you
Yeah,
feel like you're en route to that?
yeah. I mean, hopefully. I obviously just joined the team. I mean, there's guys that are much more experienced than me at the left back position. Like I said, I'm just transitioning to the position, and I have to continue to learn and to prove that I can play for the first team. But that's a part of being a footballer, is being eager to learn and being eager to continue to grow. So yeah, I mean, I'm super excited for that, and when the opportunity comes, I know I'll be ready, because I'll be given the opportunity.
Now,
But yeah, for now, just focused on just taking the steps towards that.
as a left back, for the LA Galaxy, obviously currently sitting, as we see the squad, the most experienced left back on the team would be Jorge Villafaña.
Yeah.
Is he somebody that you're very excited to learn from, to play with? Did he play this past weekend? I don't think he was on the pitch, was he?
No. He's been having just a little like muscle bug in him.
Okay, so
But
they're
yeah,
just playing it safe. He wasn't on the field.
yeah, exactly. He'll be good.
Do you feel like you've learned a couple things now that you're a left back?
Yeah, I mean, he's someone that's been in the league for a while playing that position. He's won MLS Cup. He knows what it takes to win. So he's someone I definitely look up to in the position, and gonna continue to watch him, and see what he does to be successful on the field. So I mean, he's definitely someone in the league that's a perfect example for me to learn from.
Definitely a very experienced left back. He's with the national team. He's been, multiple MLS teams, MLS Cup. That's the guy to learn from, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, speaking of which, let's just say you develop into the player that we all hope you'll develop into, and you end up on some national team radars. Who would you pick, man? Chile or Japan?
I mean, it just depends.
Have you ever thought of that? I'm sure you've thought of this.
Yeah, I mean, I've thought of it, but also, it hasn't really come up yet. So It's not something that I'm really focused on. It's kind of more of a when the time comes, and if that opportunity comes, then I'll think about it. But yeah, I mean, both countries, that's my blood. That's where my parents are from. So it'd be an honor to, represent any country. I was born here, but any of those three countries.
Any of those three, that's right.
Yeah, it'd be a dream. But yeah, right now it's just like it's not something that's kind of come to me yet. So I haven't really thought much about it.
Right on. So if given the opportunity this upcoming 2021 season to set foot on the pitch for the first team in an official MLS match, Josh, how do you believe you can help this Galaxy defense be successful? Let's be honest, the Galaxy defense the last couple seasons they've been very shaky. It's been very leaky. How do you believe that you can help the Galaxy defense be successful?
Yeah. I mean, obviously I'm still improving as a defender. But I've always had that like strong mentality. I work really, really hard, never stop running. So my work rate, my mentality is always going to be there. So, when it's late in the game, I need to make a run back, when I need to track back, or when I need to run forward to help in the attack, I'll be there to do whatever the team needs. But also like that mentality part of, not losing, not willing to lose. And I think that's something that I can bring to the table of, having that, winning mentality. And, I'm not a small guy. I'm not the fastest guy, but, I think I always tell everyone that like your mind and your heart kind of overpower those physical attributes a lot of the time.
And that's oftentimes really what it comes down to. I mean, you look at some of the greatest players of all time, it's the mentality, right? It's not always the physical attributes. That's right. Some of the best Galaxy players we've seen, it's been those really mental players that see the field differently and not really just rely mostly on their bodies to do that. So definitely looking forward to that, man. Listen, Josh, I know you're probably very, very tired, and I know that you're drained from training today. So I will let you go. I do want to have you back sometime in the middle of the season so we can kind of gauge your progress then. But Josh, I have to say, man, you're a promising player. I know I speak for all Galaxy fans out there when I say that. We're definitely very excited to watch your development as a pro. And we're looking forward to seeing you in action in a Galaxy jersey this season. And again, man, big congratulations. And thank you very much for granting me this interview. We'll stay in touch, brother. Is there anything out there that you want to say to the Galaxy fans? Message that you want to send?
Yeah, I mean, ever since the draft day, I've gotten a lot of love from the fans. And I really, really appreciate that. And just going to continue to work hard and prove that I belong here. And for you, I appreciate you having me on, trying to kind of give my story. And I look forward to being back on to see how I'm progressing and see how it's going later on.
Hey, man, thanks a lot. And we will stay in touch. We're going to follow your development. And from all of the fans, Galaxy Guy podcast fans, we appreciate it. Galaxy fam, from yours truly, Chris Maldonado here at the Galaxy Guy podcast, I want to thank you all for joining Josh and I for this interview. Hope you have a great rest of your week, and go Galaxy. Right on, Josh. Take it easy, brother. We'll stay in touch.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
So